Welcome! I've got 3 more records from the Swedish doom metal band, heavy metal but doomy, Ghost. I've done a couple of videos on Ghost before, so I won't talk at length about the actual act themselves, as you can go back and watch previous videos. And all of my music collecting videos are, of course, in my music collecting playlist. Why would they be anywhere else? But I've got 2 albums and a single to show you. One of the albums and one of the singles I got about a week and a half ago from W.H. Smith, and listened to them both, enjoyed them both, and I'll show you those now. First of all, we have Ghost's current one and only live album, Ceremony and Devotion. As you can see, this is a gatefold sleeve, the usual really nice, dark, yet really sort of attractive artwork here on this sleeve, as there is on all Ghost album sleeves. This is a 2 LP set, a 2 disc set. It's a live album. From what I could tell when I was listening to it, I think the majority of the album, if not all of it, was recorded in San Francisco, as you hear the leader of Ghost, Papa Emeritus or Tobias Forge, mentioning San Francisco and California. But it could have been recorded at numerous venues. That is what happens with certain live albums. I'm trying to think of an example of one that was recorded in various places. I think Pulse by Pink Floyd, which is not an album I have, but it's one my dad had back in the day, and I know he really rated that as a live album. I do believe that was recorded at multiple venues. This one has just got standard black discs, so not a lot to see there really, but I will quickly show you this lovely pull-out booklet that's in the set here, as it's just A, really well illustrated with this kind of brilliant artwork again. B, it's got some brilliant photos in. There's Papa himself, and it's got some interesting information in. I mean, this is kind of like a bit of an essay and a thank you to people, but what I like about it is it shows all of Ghost's tour dates in 2015 and 2016. This album, and 2017 as well. This album, Ceremony and Devotion, this would have been recorded on the Meliora tour, Meliora being Ghost's 3rd studio album, and I did show that in my previous Ghost LP video. But yeah, all the dates here of their tour over that 3-year period, which is pretty cool. And I just really like this kind of thing when there's a bit of an extra in an album, a really nice big glossy booklet to have a look at while you're listening to the music. You can't whack it as far as I'm concerned. Ceremony and Devotion. Oh, and I kept the hype sticker as well. That was stuck to the cellophane, which is often what happens with hype stickers on albums now. But I just cut round the cellophane and I've managed to insert it underneath my outer gatefold protector here, so I think that looks quite nice like that really. Ceremony and Devotion, live album from Ghost. Really nice set, really great live album, makes me want to see them in concert myself. So here is the one and only, as of yet, Ghost single I've got in my collection, and I believe this is the newest material available for Ghost. This came out after their most recent album, Prequel. This was from 2019, and it is side A, Kiss the Go-Goat, and I don't know if it's classed as a double A side, probably not, but side B is Mary on a Cross. Now, in some markets, this 7-inch single is classed as a 2-track EP, and the EP is called 7 Inches of Satanic Panic. Doesn't mention that title, that name, anywhere on this particular single. I'll get it out of its protective sleeve just so that there's a little less glare for you. But this is a really nice single. There again, brilliant artwork. I love this kind of combination between psychedelia and, I don't know, Satanism that's on the front of Kiss the Go-Goat. Brilliant track as well. Never heard it until I decided to look the video up when I ordered this single, along with the album I've just shown you at W.H. Smith. The video, I recommend you go and check that out on YouTube, and if I remember I'll put a link to it in the top of the video description, but it's a really good kind of late 60s pastiche as is the track itself. It sounds, with its sort of Moog organ sounds, like it was sort of done by a psych band in the late 60s, but with that sort of devilly ghost sort of sheen to it. And Mary on a Cross, there again, B-side, brilliant stuff. I'll quickly show you the disc. It's only a standard black disc, but it's quite unusual for this country because it's one that's like an American disc where it's got the larger centre hole. This is sort of only really more common in the US or in jukeboxes, but fortunately I do have a pretty cool adapter to put on my record player so I can play this nice and easy. If you happen to buy a single, this one or whatever, that has the larger hole and you're not sure that you can play it on your turntable, those adapters are just so cheap. I think you can get like a bundle of them on eBay or from certain record equipment sites, and like they're only a couple of quid for like a bunch of them. Great stuff. Other Ghost singles that I want to get, there's a couple of EPs that I've got on order actually. They'll be coming from a couple of different places very soon, so hopefully there will be another Ghost record video coming along pretty soon where I can show you these two EPs, which I think have mainly got cover versions on, but it is stuff that isn't on any of the albums, like this single. These tracks haven't appeared on any albums so far. But there we are, 7 inches of Satanic Panic, or Kiss the Go-Goat. Fantastic song, and it's really got me excited for Ghost's forthcoming album, which I don't think's been given a release date yet, but I'd have thought will be out at some point this year. Finally, we've got a mail opening to do. This one really excited to show you. This is from a UK independent record label. They started, and I think it was in 1988 or 89, Rise Above Records. They kind of specialise in hardcore punk and certain genres of heavy metal, and I was looking on Discogs because this was a Ghost album, the one Ghost album that I needed for my collection really. Saw this edition on Discogs but wasn't willing to pay any of the prices from the aftermarket sellers, so I just thought I'd chance my arm and look at the record label that issued its website, and they had it in stock. I think £18, postage was about £6, which seems a little bit steep, but even so, altogether, that's not much more than like £25 or so for a brand new sealed record, and a very special one as well. So I'm going to get this open right now. Got plenty of fragile tape on it. So those of you who've been paying attention to my Ghost collection over time will know that it's Ghost's debut album from 2010 that I'm missing, or that I was missing until today. This one completes certainly the album side of things, and like I said before, there's a couple of EPs that have come out which I need. And as for the other singles that are already out on the album, if I ever saw any of them cheap, I'll possibly pick them up, but I think some of those were released in such limited quantities, they just go for stupid money on the second-hand or collector's market now. I'm trying to figure out the best way of opening this. This tape's really thick, so I'm having to dig quite deep in, but that does worry me a little bit, as I want to be careful. It does look to be very well protected though, so well done to Rise Above Records. This was, I think, Ghost's only album that was released on Rise Above, which is a UK label by the way, but has acts mainly from the UK, but also from all over the world. As I've mentioned before, Ghost are from Sweden. Alright, I think I might just be able to slide this out. I don't know if it's the tape or the cardboard, but something's got quite a strong smell in here. Not unpleasant, just really sort of noticeable. Really difficult to get open, this. Might just slide out now. Famous last words. I see. It's got, that's interesting. It's got like little, almost like cable ties fastened onto maybe some of the cardboard inside. It's quite an unusual way of packing something. Oh, yeah. Oh, lovely. So what I've got, it's Ghost's debut album, Opus Anonymous, or Eponymous, sorry, I always mispronounce it. But it's a 30-year Rise Above Records anniversary edition. Now, this isn't 30 years of Ghost, because Ghost, I think, have only been going since, I don't know, their debut album, this one, came out originally 2010, and they've not been going much longer. 30 years is in reference to Rise Above the record label itself, who are based in London, but they have got an office in Burbank, California. And I want to get this disc out and show you, because it's going to look really cool. There's a few different editions on their website actually, but this was the only anniversary one. And for some reason this one was a little bit cheaper than a couple of the others as well, even though it's all the same album, it's just different looking discs every time. Fills a hole in the collection, and this is going to be a really cool edition as well. Now then, I do want to be careful here, as I want to save this hype sticker if possible. So I'm going to normally like to do this with tweezers, but I've not got my tweezers to hand. I'm trying to see where the opening is actually. It's normally on the right side of the sleeve. No, I don't think it's at the top, it must be at the side. Tell you what, I'm going to stop this a minute and I'm going to go and open it with my tweezers, because I don't trust my knife to do a very neat job. Yep, got it open. Nice and easy with the tweezers. So let's just have a quick look, see what exactly we get, if we get anything besides just a nice fancy coloured disc. We do get this thick kind of lyric sheet here. There again, a great sort of quasi-religious aesthetic with Ghost. Just, I love that kind of stuff. I do like this. It's only a plain paper sleeve, but it's like a black one. Normally these come in white, but the disc's gonna be the star of the show here. Oh, look at that. So this is gold with, I don't know, what, gold with sparkle, I think it was credited on the website. Yeah, gold sparkle 30th anniversary edition of Opus Anonymous. Wow. Probably not coming across amazingly on camera, although I often find during editing that it looks better than I realise. Probably there's some upscaling going on in my editing applications that help out there a bit. But check it out. I can't wait to listen to this. And you know how I feel about patterned and coloured discs. I love them. So there we are. The Ghost album collection, until they release a new album of course, is complete. Great stuff there from Rise Above Records. Great to deal with them direct as well. Meant I was able to get it for a reasonable price rather than some ridiculous price sold on Discogs. And the way I've opened it, I've also managed to nicely conserve this really nice big gold hype sticker there as well. And I'll put this into one of my thicker outer protective sleeves as well later on. So there we are, 3 records from Ghost. Live album Ceremony and Devotion, 7-inch single, their most recent issue I believe, Kiss the Go-Goat, and I think the star of the show, a special golden edition of Opus Anonymous, their debut album from about 11 years ago. And there we have it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, of course, to all of my wonderful subscribers and patrons. My Patreon link is, as always, in my description text box. I'm going to go now, and, well, it's the only one of the 3 I've not listened to yet, because, as you see, I've only just opened it. Duh. I'm going to go and listen to Ghost, Opus Anonymous. I'm probably not pronouncing that or saying it properly, but who cares? It's bloody good music, and I do recommend that you check out Ghost on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Amazon Music, whatever millennial streaming service that you kids are into. And I will hopefully see you all next time for my next record mail opening video. Cheers everyone. See ya!
Oh shit. Jimmy and Fran was sitting in RV. D-O-G-G-I-N-G nickel. Have you whack, give my wife the bone, play a tune on the pork trombone. Oh.